What's up, you guys? It's Layla Lynn and I'm back with another video. Joe McCann, the former fiance of Ashlee, Jenae Robinson, who is a content creator whose body was found stuffed in a closet in her villa in Tanzania. He is speaking out for the first time since her body was found. He was reportedly held in Tanzania for questioning, but at this point he has been released. Ashlee Jenae's body has been returned to her family here in the United States, and he is breaking his silence. And in his statement, he sounds nothing like the other people who have given statements that actually know her and care about her. Like her parents, her family, they're looking for answers. They're looking for who did it. They want to know what happened. And his statement is saying, oh, we don't know what happened. It's so confusing. We can't even understand. We can't even begin to understand what happened to Ashlee. And to me, that gives guilt. And that's why I wanted to do this video today, because I feel like a lot of people, especially like defense attorneys, they create the strategy of chaos and confusion to defend their clients. And I feel like if he's ever put on trial, that is going to be his strategy. And even the way he is speaking in this statement, it is chaos and confusion. So let's go ahead and get into his statement. He released it on Twitter, and he finally changed his profile picture. I did a video on that. His profile picture did feature him in a bandana across his mouth, which kind of makes sense because he's allegedly a scammer. This is all alleged, but he has some type of day trading investment business, and they say he was in debt, like millions of dollars in debt. So he's already not at his best when he got into the argument with Ashlee. So he released a statement, and he starts off saying, there are no adequate words to describe the total devastation, emptiness, and shock I feel after losing my best friend, confidant, and fiance, Ashlee Jenae Robinson. He says, as a father myself, I am also heartbroken for Ashlee's parents, Yolanda Andres and Harry Robinson. Ashlee's death is an incomprehensible tragedy. And this is what I'm talking about. This is the BS that I'm talking about right from the start. He's saying it's incomprehensible. This tragedy is incomprehensible. Oh, it's so, confusing. We can never understand what really happened. It's incomprehensible. And that is not true. That is not true. When it comes to science and forensics, if they get the right forensic people in that villa where she was unalived, it's probably easily comprehensible how she passed away. It doesn't have to be a mystery. He said, devoted fans knew Ashlee through her charismatic online persona, Ashlee with 2 E's, but the person I love was Ashlee with a Y, a woman who embodied the virtues of compassion, empathy, kindness, generosity, and love. So he's talking about everything like she pours out, everything she poured out into him. The other people, like her parents, when they made statements, it was more so about her character. But everything he points out, you'll see, is about what she pours into him, including like her cooking and taking care of his kids. You would have thought she was his maid by the way he wrote this. A nurturing presence, Ashlee cared deeply for the people closest to her, which to my internal gratitude included me. She fattened me up with her amazing cooking and had a great relationship with my kids. This is why I say it's given. He's given his respects to a maid. And Joe Budden shared that Ashlee was actually a friend of his, and that she used to basically babysit for him. Like when he had custody of his kids, like on the weekend or whatever, it was her taking them wherever they needed to go, picking them up, dropping them off. She was playing like the stepmother role. Now, I shared previously, when I look at her social media profile, it appeared that she was, I'm going to say allegedly, a sugar baby. Like the relationship gave sugar baby, sugar daddy because of like the candy emojis she would use on her profile. So it was a sugar daddy, sugar baby relationship. And it gave that she was being taken advantage of. And she was being treated like a stepmother, like she had responsibilities to his kids. He said, each day we shared both quiet moments of reflection and the many joys of being in love with each other. He said Ashlee was a loving soul, so much so that she called herself a lover gal as an homage to her Trinidadian roots, in which she took great pride. What Ashlee desired most was to become a mother and to raise a family together. So he probably positioned it like when he would ask her to do like stepmother things, he probably positioned it almost like, well, I'm giving you the life you know what? I'm not going to get mad. Part of me want to get mad. I'm going to stay calm for this video. But I imagine that he positioned it when he had her doing this, that, and the other for his kids. He probably positioned it like, you want to be a mother, don't you? You know what I mean? Like, he seems like that type of person that was manipulative. That's the energy I'm getting from all of this, from everything people say that knew them, is given manipulative type energy. He went on to say, what Ashlee desired most was to become a mother and to raise a family together. There's no question that she would have been an amazing mom, and that is because, in my opinion, he had her raising his kids. He was using her. He said Ashlee's talents extended well beyond her online persona, Ashlee Jenae. She was a creative genius, even writing, directing, and acting in her own short film. Now, this is something, when you go through his social media, you didn't see him posting her or her work. Like, you don't see her short film on his social media. She used to post him on her social media, but it wasn't the other way around. So if she was a creative genius who was writing, directing, editing short films, and he was a multimillionaire that's supposed to be so in love with her, you would think he would be posting her and her work on his social media, trying to help her get investments into her movie, things like that. Those are outpourings of love, but you don't see that when you go through his social media. He said more about her labor. She was an incredible decorator, always making sure our home reflected the current holiday or season. Hosting, another job, was second nature to her, going above and beyond for the guests that we entertain. Ashlee also had an encyclopedic knowledge of music, especially her favorite band, Aerosmith. Now, Aerosmith would have been out, I want to say the 90s. That's like a 90s band. I feel like that would be more his era, with him being in his 40s, like late 40s, and her being in early 30s. If Aerosmith is her favorite band, it's probably for him. Like, she's saying that's her favorite band for him. She enjoyed techno and dancing, was learning to DJ, and could rap too. Ashlee was an angel who shined her light on everyone fortunate enough to be in her presence. There's no way to fill the unfillable void left by Ashlee's passing, and no way to make sense of this unfathomable loss. And this is what I'm talking about. This whole, it's nothing we can do. It's no way we can find out what actually happened to her. We can't make sense of this. I feel like this is a defense strategy for someone who has something to hide. And I have learned in my years on this earth, whenever there is someone causing chaos and confusion in your life, they want to keep you in a state of confusion, it's because they don't want you to take a good look at them. And I feel like that's what we have going on here. Like, he is saying, we don't know what happened to her, and we can never know what happened because he doesn't want it to be investigated, which is nothing like the people who actually loved her and cared about her. It's nothing like what they're saying as far as even just asking the questions. Like, recently it came out that her father wanted to know why, when her body was returned to the United States, if she had just gotten engaged, where was the ring? And I saw a lot of people asking, well, why would her father want the ring? Why do they want the ring from a man who, allegedly, possibly had a hand in her unaliving? And it's not about wanting the ring. It's about facts and evidence. If she just got engaged and we saw a video of her with an engagement ring and then her body is returned without the ring, then something is wrong. It's about finding out the facts. Was she robbed? Was she in an argument with her fiance and he took the ring? What actually happened here? Those are the type of questions her family is asking. And meanwhile, he is saying, we just can't imagine what happened to Ashlee. He said, all we can do, and this is a lot of nerve. This takes a lot of nerve for him to tell the world what the world can do. But he says all we can do is carry on Ashlee's legacy of helping other people and strive to live up to her virtues every single day. It's something wrong with this. For him to have the unmitigated gall to tell the world what we can do now, it's a false sense of confidence that he has. In my opinion, like I said, I haven't heard anything legally about if he's like a person of interest, if he's been being investigated or anything like that. But I just feel like he has a false sense of confidence. If he has enough confidence, enough chutzpah, enough balls to get up on the World Wide Web and tell people all we can do is live out her virtues. Something is wrong with that. It's a reason he is not looking to find out what really happened to her. And the reason I say he should be looking, especially if he wasn't involved, is because there were other people she was in contact with. Like they said that she wanted a charger. Someone from the hotel went to get her a charger, came back, 10, 15 minutes later and found her stuffed in a closet. There is something that doesn't sound right, whether he was involved or not. These are my thoughts. In my opinion, these are the words of a man with something to hide. But y'all leave a comment. Let me know your opinion. As always, thanks for watching.